Give us a general feel of how it felt for you out there today.
I mean, I think it's tough when you concede goals like that and you go down 2-0 at home. And so I think while there were good moments, I think we just weren't able to put enough consistency together to get a better result.
Can you kind of go through that first goal? I mean, that seemed like the one of the tougher ones to go through, especially for yourself, and being so early. What did you kind of maybe see, and how are you trying to maybe overcome that goal to play the rest of the match?
I mean, it was definitely tough to first start and you concede a goal within 5 minutes or however early it was. I think, like the guy was at the top of the box and it wasn't close enough to affect him. And so we conceded early, and then it's tough to get things going after that. I think it took a while for us to impose ourselves after that.
Can you tell me what's your mentality going into Open Cup?
I think it's a good new opportunity because it's something different. It's a different tournament, and it allows us to kind of get away with this, or get away from this, and focus on something else that I think we'll see what the team looks like. But I think it'll be a good new opportunity to get past this.
What was the talk at halftime to try and change things?
I mean, it just like kind of went over like the standard that we try to hold for ourselves, and that it wasn't good enough, and now we have to go out there and really play how we want to play if we want to get something from this game. And I think the second half was a lot better, but obviously we weren't able to overturn the 2-0 that we started off.
We're starting to put together some.
Losing is just part of the, you don't want to lose, but how much do you, as you're learning, do you take this game and then stay with it and then let it go and, like you say, get ready for another opportunity on Wednesday?
I think maybe it's a good thing that we have a game 2 days until our next game, that it doesn't give us a chance to put our heads down. We just go straight into another opportunity. And so, we're in tomorrow, we'll watch the video and take what we can from it, get the regen done, and then we're straight into another match day last one, where we have a really good chance to keep going in the Open Cup, where we've had a lot of success historically. So I think it's gotta just get back right to it.
Starting to put together some real minutes so far this season. You had Open Cup time, and you had like 60 minutes today. What are you kind of taking from that, and how's it changing your game?
I mean, I think that playing in games like this, there's nothing better there's no better way to get better than playing these big games. And so I think it's I'm glad that I've been able to play a little bit, but it's 2 games, and I think it doesn't really mean much unless you keep going from there and playing more and getting more positive results like the one in the Open Cup as compared to today.
What was your routine like today? Did it change at all since you knew you were starting?
I mean, I do pretty much the same things, but obviously I'm in the lineup, so I think I try not to change anything. I have my routine and things that I do, and so I think I just try to stick to that and prepare myself as best as possible.
You seem like you went through a growth spurt, over the off season. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I'd say it started before the off season. That like last year it hit me a lot, and I think it was honestly kind of tough because I used to be a pretty short player and I was really technical, and after I grew a lot, it was kind of hard to adapt to that. And even though I was a bit faster and stronger, I couldn't really take advantage of it yet because my feet weren't really steady underneath me, and there were a lot of times last season where I felt like a bit of a donkey, and I couldn't move my feet how I wanted them to. So I think I've slowly grown into it a little bit, and I'm better able to utilize the physicality that I'm growing into.
You, with that, if I could follow up just one, you can seem like you can play a lot of different places now because of that, maybe more so defensively, or how is that kind of, where you are positioned on the field, how has that kind of changed maybe for you?
I mean, I think my versatility is a big strength. I played last season left wing for the national team, left back for the national team, right back for the national team, and then center mid, right back, center mid, right wing, right back for Defiance. And so I think those help to teach you lessons that you wouldn't learn maybe otherwise if you were playing in the same spot every time. but I think the right back position is going well, and I think hopefully I can improve and try to keep going there.
Since we're the growth spurt, how did it help in terms of defending corners? I saw you defending a couple. How now are you more able to defend corners and be physical with opposing players?
I mean, I think there are pros and cons to growth spurt, but I think overall it's been helpful that I'm able to defend a guy like that, and I think I don't know, the ball didn't come to any corners, so I wasn't tested as much as that maybe, but I think it's helped me a lot being able to defend. The physicality has helped me, become a better defender that I can impose myself on a player I'm going against.
Thanks.
All right,
Looked
guys,
like you were trying to
last one, Jeremiah.
looked like you were trying to get in, or you were making a lot of runs that weren't necessarily being played in. What was the instructions that you had in terms of trying to stretch the line on that side? And
I think that's definitely one of the things that I can do, and that was definitely something we looked at. And the purpose of the run is not every time you're going to receive the ball. I think I got one in behind really early from Jackson when the left back Ndembe wasn't ready for it, and I could get in behind, and we were able to get the ball in their half and try to create something from that. But then after that, then the Ndembe is maybe more conservative, and even though I make the run, I don't get the ball next time because he's ready for it. He's dropped off a little bit. That creates a little bit more space for someone like Nico in the pocket. If Ndembe is all the way dropped off, focusing on the run, maybe Nico can get it and turn it. We can go from there. So I think it's something that we were able to capitalize off early, and then it creates other opportunities later if I'm not getting the ball.